The latest wave of violence in the Middle East, beginning on October 7th, saw a brutal attack on civilians in northern Israel, orchestrated by Hamas, a Palestinian militant organization based in Gaza. The mastermind behind the operation is believed to be Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas in Gaza. While reports from the New York Post initially suggested that Sinwar had been killed in an Israeli airstrike, no confirmed information on his whereabouts has emerged in the past 2 weeks, raising questions about his fate. Yahya Sinwar rose to power following the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, a senior Hamas leader, in a blast that rocked a highly secure military compound in Tehran. Haniyeh was present in the Iranian capital during the inauguration of the newly appointed Iranian president. The attack, which resulted in the deaths of Haniyeh and his assistant, marked a significant turning point for Hamas, as Sinwar, known for his extreme views and military-focused leadership, took control of the group's operations. Sinwar's name resurfaced globally following the October 7th attacks, leading Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to publicly vow to eliminate him. In a press briefing, Netanyahu declared, "We will eliminate Yahya Sinwar," going as far as to label him a dead man walking. This rhetoric underscored Israel's firm stance against Hamas leadership and their military strategies. During ongoing hostage negotiations, Sinwar has remained defiant, refusing to participate in any international ceasefire talks. He has been unwavering in his demands, which include a full Israeli military withdrawal from the Gaza Strip and political recognition for Hamas. These conditions have been rejected by both Israel and key international actors like the United States, who view Hamas's political demands as unacceptable given their history of violence and rejection of Israel's right to exist. Sinwar's hardline stance complicates peace efforts, as his leadership is rooted in military action rather than diplomacy. His rise to power also marks a significant shift within Hamas, which has increasingly relied on Iranian support, both financially and militarily. Iran's backing of Hamas and Hezbollah, another militant group based in Lebanon, has contributed to the broader destabilization of the region, as both groups actively work against Israel and Western influence in the Middle East. The humanitarian cost of this ongoing conflict has been immense. The Israeli airstrikes targeting Hamas have resulted in significant casualties, including civilians, as densely populated areas in Gaza are often used as shields by Hamas militants. The lack of international consensus on how to address the conflict has only prolonged the suffering of ordinary Palestinians, who find themselves caught between Hamas's military ambitions and Israel's security measures. Looking forward, the prospects for peace remain grim. The international community continues to call for a ceasefire and diplomatic negotiations. But as long as leaders like Yahya Sinwar refuse to engage in constructive dialogue, the cycle of violence is unlikely to end. With Hezbollah in the north and Hamas in Gaza, Israel faces threats on multiple fronts, which further complicates any potential for lasting peace in the region. In conclusion, the October 7th attacks, Yahya Sinwar's leadership, and the broader geopolitical influences at play have led to an entrenched conflict that seems far from resolution. The involvement of external powers, particularly Iran, further complicates the situation, and until there is a significant shift in leadership or strategy, both within Hamas and among its adversaries, the Middle East is likely to remain a hotbed of violence and instability.